Hello Minecraftians and welcome to a brand new Realm News Flash. I am your host, the Dark Lord. The one who puts the real in Realm and expands your mind one block at a time. Today, I have a brand new Java snapshot to cover. Snapshot 25W05A to be precise. I will be covering the new bush, Firefly Bush, new Cal variants, beacons, and ambient sounds today. I will then transition over to this Thursday's upcoming episode, Part 1. Sun King and I discuss art, notch, and our personal add-on once. I will also provide you all a clip of that episode as well. We have a lot to discuss, so when you are ready, shall we begin the show? Let's go. As I've already stated, Minecraft at 10:08 a.m. on January 29th, 2025 tweeted the announcement of the new Snapshot 25W05A. This snapshot ushered in a slew of new features to the game. I would like to start with ambient sounds, specifically ambient desert and badlands sounds. Ambient sounds are no longer a new concept to biomes in Minecraft. This all changed when ambient sounds were introduced to the newest biome to join the game, the Pale Garden. That was part of the Garden Awakens drop. This was first shown to us during the Minecraft Live event that took place on September 28th, 2024. We then officially welcomed in the Pale Garden into Minecraft Vanilla on December 3rd, a couple months later. Now we see Mojang expanding on this concept into more biomes, specifically in the Badlands and Desert biomes. These sounds will not only be heard within the biomes, but you have the ability to transport these biome-specific ambient sounds wherever you would like. Just like if you attach hanging pale moss to a pale oak log or pale oak leaves, it will automatically generate random ambient creaking type sounds. Actually, 15 unique ambient sounds from my count on minecraft.wiki. There are now 4 blocks that carry these unique dry land sounds, desert and badlands. The sand block, red sand block, terracotta blocks, and the dead desert bush. You can generate these sounds yourself by just placing a few blocks together. Let me quote minecraft.wiki. Quote, dead bush blocks have a chance of playing ambient sounds when placed on top of 2 blocks that are any color of terracotta, sand, or red sand blocks in any biome. Sand, red sand, and terracotta of any color have a chance of playing ambient sounds when surrounded by any one of them on at least 3 sides 8 blocks away. End quote. And can be played at any biome. Just like the hanging pale moss from the Pale Garden will produce sounds when attached to a pale oak log. Same concept, but with terracotta, red sand, and the dead bush. Amazing. These desert and badland ambient sounds from my count come to a total of 32 new sounds. That's why I counted on minecraft.wiki. I spent all morning to sit there listening to the sounds, and those 32 sounds are the same. The sand, red sand, and terracotta blocks all emit the same 32 ambient sounds, is what I'm trying to say. But the dry desert bush has its own unique set of 11 ambient sounds. Yes. So all in all, from this snapshot, we're getting 43 unique sounds, which is awesome. The dry bush has a whole range of sounds, and I made a list of descriptors, and I'm going to post that on my Patreon, the image that's associated with that. But I'm going to list off my descriptors of what the dead bush sounds like. Branches clacking together, a rustling, brushing, bristling sounds, rustling sticks. You get those cricket sounds that Mojang or Minecraft put in their article, but I personally, they don't sound like crickets from my state of Kansas. I would deem those as locust sounds to me, like during the heat or dog days of summer, but they have it listed as cricket sounds. Perhaps those are crickets in just different parts of the world. They're deemed as crickets. However, not in Kansas. I'll go on. There's howling wind, rattling stick sounds, sandy, gritty wind sounds that accompany this dead bush. And those are all unique compared to the terracotta sand and red sand blocks. They're different wind sounds and brushing and sand and gravelly ambient sounds made. So check that out in the wiki articles I will provide in the show description. I foresee every biome receiving its own unique blocks eventually that emit ambient sounds. Just every biome in the overworld. I can see Mojang going that direction. It makes the overworld just much more immersive. However, I did receive a comment on my Reddit post that I made the same day when Snapshot 25W05A released. I created this post, and I received this really unique comment that they wish the person that made it wishes to remain anonymous. So I'll quote it without saying their name. Quote, "Buy Terracotta House. Ambient sounds suck. Immersion hurts freedom." End quote. Then they posted underneath that, quote, "Especially hearing the sound of something that doesn't exist." End quote. Now, this was an interesting comment to receive that made me think vastly differently on ambient sounds. I never took the time to ponder about how this could actually be a nuisance to some people. Perhaps you like to build structures using terracotta blocks, red sand, or sand blocks, and you don't want those accompanying sounds. This would be maddening to you after a while. It would drive you crazy. I could see how this would be rather annoying if you don't want the ambient sounds where you're building your terracotta house or sand house or whatever building it is out of these materials. Such the desert noise, like in a snowy biome, would be a little bit odd to me. I can see where that would be unwelcomed. I imagine that Mojang, just as a personal opinion, but I imagine Mojang will supply us with a toggle on and off button for the ambient sounds in their settings that you can access while playing the game. I can only imagine that's going to be an option for us, or I hope so. If not, I think that will be something resolved very fast. Thank you, Anonymous, for this comment. It was enlightening to see it from a different point of view. Honestly, I love that. That is all I have on ambient sounds today, folks. I would like to now move on to Firefly Bushes. The Firefly Bush is a much anticipated mob to enter the game. The Minecraft community has been craving this to enter the overworld for a long time now, and it seems that Mojang has answered our prayers. I also love that we have received this. This is a really fun new plant that will provide us, the Minecraft community, with something that we have been begging for a long time. This new plant is called the Firefly Bush, and it emits fireflies once the skylight becomes a certain light level. Just like in real life, the light must be dim for them to come out and fly. These plants will be found in swamps and along riverbanks. I think that this will add so much more complexity and immerse the player further into the game. I can only imagine a witch's hut in a midnight swamp glittered with fireflies. I cannot wait for it. This may be my favorite addition to the game so far. Let's move on to the next bush that is bound to populate the overworld and add its own flavor of complexity to the environment. Bush. I personally love little things like this that Mojang adds to the game. A simple bush. It does not sound like much, but this is going to make the overworld so much more realistic and vibrant to explore, in my opinion. It will fill in barren spots and make the view so much more illustrious for we, the explorers and crafters of Minecraft. Allow me to tell you more about this piece of vegetation. Let me actually start here. The bushes will be found in these biomes: plains, windswept hills, windswept gravelly hills, windswept forest, rivers, frozen river, forest, birch forest, old growth birch forest. And that is all they have listed for that so far. And I like that the bush will be found in so many biomes and subbiomes. I think that it's appropriate to have the bush as a prolific entity. It's just much more realistic that way. I have some more useful information on the bush that I'd like to explain to you all. These areas are tinted by the grass color of the biome they're placed in, meaning that the bush will be specific to the biome that they grow in, which is cool. I like that their color will reflect the biome that they are in. I think that's just very cool. They can be used in the composter, and when you do use it in a composter, it will have a 30% chance to add an additional layer to that compost. So that's good to know. That just gives us some more foliage to throw in there and to generate more bone meal so we can grow some more goodies for whatever. Now, using bone meal on a bush will generate a neighboring bush next to it, possibly. There's just a random chance of it populating another bush. So that's just another way to grow some more bushes, which is good to know. And bushes can be broken with anything. They can be broken with your bare hands. So very similar to other vegetation in the overworld, like grass. We can just smash with our hands and collect seeds. So bushes can be broken with your bare hands as well. I just want to give you guys the rundown on the bush so you know how to use it when it does enter Minecraft Vanilla. Some of you Java players may have already been playing around with it in your Java, in the experimentals there. So if you have, let me know what you think of it. Write in, DM me, email me. Let me know. I'd be curious. So we have 2 new bushes coming to the overworld, which is exciting that I just announced to you all. The Firefly Bush, which will give us a beautiful display of firefly lights, which will dot the horizon around that bush, and the bush that will add context to our vast world. So these 2 bushes, in my opinion, are just going to add so much more to the backdrop and our scenery of the overworld that I'm super excited for it. I can't wait. It's little things like that will add a lot of context to the world. Let's move on to the next part of this snapshot, the cow variants. Yes, just like I reported to you not so long ago on pig variants coming to the overworld, we now have 2 unique cow variants joining the pigs, cold and warm cow variants. Let me tell you where you will find them. Now, the warm cow biomes will be savanna plateau, windswept hills, jungle, sparse jungle, bamboo jungle, eroded badlands, wooded badlands, and badlands in general, I suppose, is what they mean by that. The cold cow biomes will be old growth pine taiga, old growth spruce taiga, taiga in general, snowy taiga, and windswept hills, windswept gravelly hills, and the windswept forests. And I found all the information on those biomes at minecraft.wiki, and that will be in the show description as well. Now, allow me to move on to their physical traits. The warm and cold weather cows both have horns on their heads, which I love. So far, I do not see that they drop them. I still have faith that they will drop their horns, and we will be able to blow into them like the goat horns, and they'll emit a noise. But if y'all, unless you're Patreon members, haven't heard King Nex and I have our discussion that we recorded this past Saturday. Well, when that episode comes out, you will hear us talk, and I have to agree with him. They probably won't drop horns. I think this is going to be a parody amongst all cows that they're all going to just drop the same amount of meat and leather, and that's that. They'll be the same, and I think that makes sense. Listen to King Nex and I's discussion, and we go into that further. I should go on to mention that the new cow variants, as I just said, will drop the exact same meat and milk, and you'll gather the same milk and leather as the original milk cow that we've all known to love in the overworld, the milk cow that you know. I have a feeling that they're going to add some nuances to these newer ones, but maybe not. Maybe King Nex is right that they'll just remain dropping the same thing as just all the cows will drop the same thing. But I feel like that they will drop their own unique items one day. I don't know. It's just a feeling I have. I think this is exciting. I can see that Mojang is on a mission to bring diversity to the overworld, and I'm a huge fan of it. It's been long overdue, and it's great to see these original mobs in the game. getting some long overdue attention. I, like many other people, have my fingers crossed that chickens will be next. I believe that Mojang will initiate variations to many of the barnyard mobs, if not all of them, and many others. Now, I would like to wrap up this week's show or news, I should say, here, the news segment, with beacons. And I don't have much on it, but they didn't have to do much to make a big impact. Beacons in the recent Snapshot have received an upgrade. It appears that the developers have expanded the range of visibility for the beacon. According to minecraft.wiki, beams now render thicker at greater distances for better visibility. The beam height is now increased to 2,048 blocks, and beams now render beyond 16 chunks up to the client rendered distance. End quote. I do not personally have a beacon in my world, excuse me, but I enjoy that they did this. I plan on having one someday, and I'm excited to be able to put one in my C-town, my capital city, and be able to see it from most of my other cities within my realm of Ambient. That's all I have for the news today, folks. Write in and let me know what you think of the beacon upgrade, because you'll be able to see this from thousands of blocks away, your beacon, which is fantastic. So let me know what you think. I'd like to now shift gears and transition over to this Thursday's Realm News episode. This Thursday is part 1 to the Sun King and I's discussion over art, notch, and what we would like to see put into the game. It is essentially the Sun King and the Dark Lord daydreaming about Minecraft ideas and fantasizing. So, if you like hypotheticals in Minecraft, then this two-parter is just for you. I would like to now play a clip of this Thursday's upcoming show. I think you should be able to have 2 players in a minecart, like a boat.
Oh my God, that would be amazing. If you could have 2 players riding a minecart like the boat, I don't see that being very difficult.
I mean, in Indiana Jones, they had like 3 people on a minecart, didn't they?
Yeah, and that was awesome. Well, and so this kind of ties into one of mine. Sitting in chairs.
Yes, thank you. Wow,
please.
I am glad you brought that up, bro.
Please.
Sitting in chairs is something we've been talking about forever. I know other people out there want this as well.
Yeah, it would just add to the immersion, and also it doesn't seem that difficult. Your character sits in minecarts, he sits in a boat, or they sit in boats.
Yes.
Have us able to sit in chairs would help the immersion. We can sit down and eat some cake, that would just be fun.
Please give us the ability to sit. We all want this, and yes, we all want to sit down and eat cake together. After playing Jiggerball Productions' Poisonous Potato add-on and having the ability to sit on a potato chair or couch opened up my eyes. The proof of concept has been done. Come on, Mojang. Let us sit and lounge in our buildings that we create. Anyways, I hope that you are all excited to listen to the Sun King and I chat together. We always have a fun time talking about Minecraft, and it was a blast to have him on the show again. With that said, I do not have anything else for you this week. I wish you all a wonderful rest of the week and happy crafting. Until this Thursday, the Dark Lord signing out. Hello, Realm News fans. I just wanted to pop back in here and just tell you how much I appreciate you for listening to the show. It means the world to me that you tune in every week to listen to me, the Dark Lord, the one who puts the real in realm and expands your mind one block at a time. I'm honored to be your host and to be able to deliver you weekly original Minecraft content with Realm News Flash and Realm News on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If you enjoy this show, I would love it if you would tell your friends about it and tell them to follow it. hit that like button and leave a comment. I know that on Spotify you can leave comments on individual episodes. Same on Good Pods. I'm not sure about all the other podcast player platforms out there, but I appreciate the feedback. So please comment if you are able to. If you cannot comment wherever you listen to Realm News, then you can by following Realm News at either its Twitter, now X, Blue Sky, Reddit, or email, which is all found at bio.link/realmnews, all lowercase. Again, that is bio.link/realmnews. There, you can become a Realm News Patreon member. I urge you all to sign up to the Copper or Diamond tier and get early access to episodes, bonus episodes, newsletters, and ebooks. Find my prices at Patreon link, all found at bio.link/realmnews. With that said, I wish you all happy crafting, and I look forward to talking to you at the next Realm News. The Dark Lord signing out.